Who has atrocious lighting? I have atrocious lighting. Hey guys, it's Tokes here, and I'm here to do another book haul because I decided to do it every time I acquire books because I acquire books like a lot at a time. So like this is I think 11 books. I'm not quite sure. It's actually 12 books. So yeah. Anyway, Tokes here. And let's get started, right? So, the first book I have to show you is a heavily popular book, and especially with, some of the erotic fiction. And that is Outlander by Diana something. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not in the mood. Been out partying all day. I am not in the mood to try to pronounce people's names. So, yeah, got Outlander. And this is about a girl who goes back in time and has to choose between the doctor guy that she married and some awesome, cool, fighting Highlander. Personally, would have gone with Highlander. Just saying. Anyway, I did try to read this book a long time ago. Didn't love it, and so I gave it away. And I resaw it at this thrift store, and I was like, maybe my taste buds have changed because I used to hate Jane Eyre, and I recently, maybe a year ago, reread Jane Eyre, and I fucking adored it. So maybe I will adore this one. I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna do it. The next book I got is actually the second of a series. I didn't know that, but whatever. It's a historical mystery series, so it probably doesn't matter. And that is Angel of Darkness by Caleb Carr. And this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. And I thought he, she, them were a horror author that I recognized. Turns out, didn't recognize them at all. Don't know what they written, but it has pretty decent reviews. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Anyway, this book is about, I don't know, death in ancient times of, I'm assuming, England from the cover. I don't really know. Chicago? Wizards? I don't know what this book is about, but I have it now, so. The next book I have is Tigana, which is by Guy Gavrilke, and this is about a tyrant king and devastation, handful of men and women set in motion of dangerous crusade to overthrow their conquerors and bring back to the world the lost brightness of obliterated name, Tigana. Against the magnificent realized background of world, both sensation and brutal, this mystery epic of passionate people pursuing their dreams is breathtaking in its vision. I'm not quite sure what this is about, but a lot of people recommend it, so I have it. And plus, I got it in this really shitty mass paperback. Look at that face. I dropped some of my books, but look at that face. What is she doing? What are these ugly people here? Why are they looking this way? I don't know. We'll find out, right? The next book I got is Swan Song by Robert McCammon, and it looks like this, and it's like this thick, and apparently Swan Song is about a final activity or performance in a person's life or something. Don't know how it pertains to the book, but it's there. And this is a horror book because I kind of want to get into horror, and I heard good things about this one, and it was only 50 cents at the thrift store I went, so I was like, and this is about a special child named Swan. She may be singing, I don't know yet. And somebody wants to destroy her, but it's but those who would protect the girl are determined to fight for what is left of the world and their souls in a wasteland born of rage, populated by oh my god, I can think of the name. Monstrous creatures. Armies, the last survivors on Earth, have been drawn into a final battle between good and evil that will decide the fate of humanity. That sounds cool, right? It's like thick, it's nice. That's what she said. Or that's what he said. That's what they said. Yeah. So I'm like kind of embarrassed to have this book, Patricia Briggs Bonecraft, and I want to say I'm embarrassed because I went through this whole tirade about why I won't buy the Mercy Thompson series because I won't reread it, and I know I won't reread it. I very rarely reread books. I mean, the last book I read, like reread, was Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Highly recommend that book, by the way. So, why are you asking? Did I buy the Mercy Thompson? Not just that, I bought the fourth book in the Mercy Thompson series. That's because it was only $2 and I wasn't really digging it because I read it right after I read Iron Cross, right? That's the third one. Right after reading the third one, I picked up this one, and all it was for like the first, like I want to say 90 pages was a recap of everything that happened in the third book. And I was like, I can't stand this. Oh my god. I hate marathoning series, and like the whole rest of the books are just recaps of like everything that happened. I know it's cuz like people are waiting like years between books or like months or something, so they kind of need a recap, but when you're marathoning a series, that's fucking annoying. So, yeah, so I decided to take a break on this one. I may finish it. Maybe in a week or two I will finish this book. But until then, I returned my library copy and I'm going to have this on my shelf whenever I decide to pick up a Mercy Thompson book. And then I will probably give it away to a charity shop. So the next few books I got are part of a series by David Gemmell. Gemmell? Gemmell? I don't know. And that is the Legend series. I'm not actually sure that that's what the series is called, but I'm going to call it that because the first book in the series is Legend. So, yeah. And this is a hero fantasy series. Basically, that means it follows one guy who's kind of the chosen one. He's badass. He can do everything. He's very Mary Sue and whatever, very stereotypical fantasy tales, right? The thing is, starts off with the hero really late in his life, hence legend. He is a legend by this point. Picture Quoth from The Name of the Wind. Wow, I should have got that right off the top of my head, but didn't. Oops. But anyway, picture like Quoth towards the end of his life, and people are calling on him for shit. Except, this guy is actually really cool, and Quoth is very arrogant and tends to have lots of sex with everyone. And I'm okay with that, but I kind of want my white knights in shining armor that so they get corrupted. I like that. So the first book is Legend. The second book is The King Beyond the Gate. The third book is Waylander, and the fourth book is Quest for Lost Heroes. And they did have they had the sixth and seventh book, I believe, but they didn't have the fifth book. And I don't really feel like spending 50 cents on the other few books when they don't have the fifth book. So I'm gonna try out the first four, and if I like them, I'll buy them on my Kindle or something. So the next book I got, well, book series I got is the Second Chronicles of Thomas Covenant, and this is by Stephen R. Donaldson, or Stephen. I don't know. I met a Stephen who had spelled it PH, and then I met a Stephen like this. I don't know. I'm not even. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. So this is about a guy who I forgot what he has, but he has some disease and he gets sucked into a fantasy world. And apparently he's a major asshole. And this is an extremely dark fantasy series that is broken up into 3 parts. So the first part is the first Thomas Chronicles, and this is the second one. And I have the third one, but I only have the first 2, and I'm waiting to find the third one for cheap. So yeah. And so it's The Wounded Land. The One Tree, and White Gold Wielder. And yeah, that's it. So, yep, can't wait to put that on my shelf. This is a dark fantasy series, and I can't wait to read it eventually. He's quickly becoming my most owned author I haven't read. It's almost like Jacqueline Carey, who is right over there, who is staring me with its eyes like, and I'm just like, and one day I will read these series, and somebody is at my door, so I must go. Goodbye. I must party and drink with my friends. Yay! Goodbye.